as we continue to grind and shine.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
It's the room fill up. Be sure, and I mean just that. Be sure to hit the like button, share this content. Cowboys, is the season done? How to fix this team, plus heading into the Eagles week. Come on with it. We got to do something. Stand tall or not at all. Five, 4, 3. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Come on with it. Somebody said we cooked.
Emotional damage.
Jeez. Let's go ahead and hear it. Come on.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Cowboy Nation, we're heading into the area of the unknown of what we've seen in the last 3 years, right? So the Cowboys, with this being the year that it is, of course, we've seen a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff, man. And for those who said, man, I told you, Law, I told you, finally, they're right? They're finally right to a degree, right? I told you the Cowboys ain't going to do nothing. They said that for the last 2 or 3 years, right? But now they're right and they standing tall. They're like, yeah, So the best thing we can do at this point is, okay, I said last night, I said yesterday, I said the day before that, and last week, even when we had Dak Prescott under center, TOP, win that. And we've seen the ups and downs. I heard that they put Dalvin Cook back on the practice squad. Did they do that? Y'all can let me know. Did they put him back on the practice squad? And they're giving Zeke the opportunity to play this week. So what was that Dalvin Cook thing all about if he didn't get a chance to even get things going, right? So, and we've seen what Rico did. The only person that can slow Rico down last week was the head coach. Right, he was the only one, refused to give him the ball in the third quarter, where we've been vanilla bland in the third quarter. And I ain't talking about Duran. We've been vanilla bland in the third quarter. So this season, Jay Worthy, is a Riggs type of season, So and we spent a draft pick on a guy, and shout out to my guy, Balls Cowboys Sports, for this clip right here. We spent a draft pick on Mingo, which is a day late, $1 short, and all of these things. So, Murphy Law season, Dre. Yeah, Murphy in them. So, and to put more and more spices on this, right? Like more and more things to add into all of this altogether is the fact that also we paid Dak Prescott. He is the highest paid player in NFL history. And his season is, according to most, It's over. It's done. Stick a fork in it. When they say, hey, medium well, no. This is well done. And let's listen to what they had to say.
Diagnosis, according to a number of sources, Tom and Mike, is this is a partial avulsion of the hamstring tendon. It has actually torn off the bone. Again, this is an initial diagnosis. It's my understanding and an explanation as to why he hasn't gone on IR, that he and his team are looking for several other opinions before making a decision about how to proceed moving forward. Now, best case scenario, I'm told it's a 4 to 6 week window. Basically what they do is they do a lot of rest, a lot of icing. It allows it to sort of scar over, heal, and then there's a recovery period. The other option, depending on which grade this injury is, would require surgery. So that's why we're in this waiting, holding period. But again, that is the initial diagnosis. As you said, Tom, coming out of the game, he said that he felt something that he never felt before. You can see it right.
See, felt something that he never felt before. That's that meat falling off the bone, man. And that's a horrid thing to do. And people say, hey, man, Tyron Smith, it happened to him. Yeah, it happened before the season kicked off. I remember that, those two different spots of positionings. Like quarterback, people dive at your legs to hit you. That's how they get you on the ground. And you throw more with your legs than anything. And my goodness, man.
There on the play, sort of gingerly walks on it. Reporters that were standing there in the hallway saw him limping into the locker room. You could tell when you listened to Jerry Jones talking about it post-game that they were concerned about this, that this wasn't just a hamstring injury that maybe he strained and would come back from. So we wait as we get some more opinions on this, but that is the initial diagnosis as it relates to Dak Prescott.
All right, so he got choices and options, to do the surgery, to get the other opinions, or to let the scar tissue heal up over it and then try to reattach that. So, man, that pain tolerance for Dak Prescott is different, because when Tyron Smith went down, that big boy, he stayed down for a minute. We would start praying and start singing and everything and start putting visuals up and everything because, we was looking at it like, damn, man, Tyron down, right? And I think he eventually came back that year toward the latter part, but he still wasn't the same until the next season. So, to me, a quarterback spot in the position, that got a lot of things going on, y'all. A lot of things going on. And I'm not using that as an excuse, but that's a lot of stuff to go on. Think about it, like you got the highest paid money, right? So sometimes with those things comes great expectations when you get paid that coin, that bag. You got that over you, right? Before that time frame, he got on a knee and all of that stuff. Well, during this year, he got on a knee and proposed to his lady, right? He had a baby. I mean, he done destroyed his whole entire house to build something else on top of it, right? So he's sleeping in a different bed every night. There's a whole bunch of things. On top of that, these sound like bevies of excuses, but this is me telling the storyline. During the off season, I mean, he's getting hit up for sexual assaults and stuff like that from a girl said that he did something to her back in 2017. And regardless, to know that you're getting served with papers and stuff, that's extra nights you staring up, walking the floor, pasting, right? He got that going on. Boy, he coming off of a nearly close to MVP, but you didn't win it. You had a horrible postseason game against the Green Bay. So, and now you got this injury. Yeah, you got this injury. So it's a lot of things that went on with that man. And now we're talking about football. Now, to be 1,000, we look at football as it relates to things not ancillary, but in actuality, it is very ancillary to everyday life. But man, yeah, Dak spinning plates like a circus, yeah, spinning those plates, man. It's life, it's life. Adversity, it's life. And to be fair, give me those type of problems with $250 million. I'll figure out ways to overcome that. It'd be a different story if you don't have a quarter. There's somebody watching this right now don't have $250 million to lean on, right? There's somebody right now. Give them $1 million. It'll change the wealth effect of their entire lifespan. Give them 600,000 right now. Give somebody $6,000 right now. Shoot, somebody say, Lord, just give me $6,000. I don't need the whole 60 million, right? It'll change my life, Or give me 60. Give me 600,000, right? Give me 6 million. When you're talking about $60 million, that's a lot of money in 1 year. So just different scales of this as it relates to life and balances and work things. But to make a longer story short, ladies and gentlemen, we don't care about that. We don't care about that. We want to win games. Get these millionaires playing $1 billion game for fun, right? But it's life, right? So that's just where it goes from there, ladies and gentlemen. So how old, and let's ask the real question here. Will Dak come back, yes or no, from this? Will Dak come back, yes or no, from all of this? Let me see what y'all saying right here. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Joker. Yeah. I like that. Will he come back from all of this? All right. And this is, let me make sure I get this. There's some people that will say yes. There's some people that will say no. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Some people will look at this and say, what will be the reason why, And it goes all the way back to your why, We may say this and that, but when you have a new life in the house, and it's a little one, and it's an emotional baby. Not to get personal, but, he did lose his mom. He did lose his brother, right? And now you have a whole little one at the house. What's your why? The lady, the queen of the Peace Corps may be saying, good, you can spend more time changing diapers and being there for the little one. It's a crazy road. It's the dark road, too. Are you willing to walk away from the things that really, for at one point, thought that it was everything, and now they don't seem that much, right? Right? Sometimes life would throw you that. You be thinking like, hey man, I done accomplished a lot of things in life. What's the point now? What's your hunger? What's your number one desire, right? Those are things that you have to look into the mirror and say, how old was Andrew Luck when he decided to say, you know what, I may have not won the Super Bowl. I may not have done the legacies and beyond of what Peyton Manning did for the Colts. But, man, I'm going to throw this thing in and enjoy my family and life, which is more important to me. How old was Andrew Luck, right? How old were these guys? Because at one point you look at this fan base, we are the great divide. It's not like people embrace those other guys like Luck, Andrew Luck and them. They are not embracing Dak Prescott. It's literally a great divide. There's a lot of heat, a lot of hate mail, a lot of other stuff that goes on with playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Walk away from the Cowboys and become an NFL content creator. This is citing tropes. Yeah. Shoot. He was 29. So Jerry is whoring everyone out. And we got another super chat from Pittman. He says, no matter how this season ends, always look forward to tuning into Law Nation. Okay, appreciate you, man. Blessings to you and the condolences to the passing of your uncle. Yeah, they will have the wake on Friday, and then they will have the services on Sunday, this Sunday. So I appreciate you so much. You know, when I had lost loved ones, I decided to just do this. You know, this is like a counseling session, right? So why you be live long? You know, Law, why you give us all of this energy and time? It's for my mind, you know, because isolation is the devil's playground, right? There have been times, baby, where we be doing these type of shows, and it's lovely going back and forth with you guys, the trolls and beyond, because at the end of the day, I don't have to do this, right? But I do this because it's a hobby for me, right? It's something that I love to do. And if you have reached most of your goals in life, or you have accomplished a lot of things, right, in your life, then you have to figure out your why. That's why I always say everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, right? That's why I give times to listen in to some of the callers that may be frustrated. They hang up on them, Law, but they venting. They trying to get something out of them. You know what I'm saying? That's been toiling with them. Or that's why I look at life different. It just feels different when you're living in this world and you seeing things that different you know. So, yeah, you got to channel your emotions into productivity. Yeah. So it's one of those things. So I put in extra work to keep myself busy, right? And you can't compare yourself to others because comparison is the thief of all joy. It is. You know, so somebody else, you may be looking at somebody else trying to say, hey, man, they got this and that going. But they got their mama and daddy, you know, that they can have those conversations on the phone with, right? Or you may look at someone else's channel and they got their kids that they can talk to, or they got their significant other that understand them. So you just got to look at it from those particular angles, right? So it is what it is. This season is over. This from Saiton. I feel you. Some people say it was over before it started. Listen to this guy right here.
Television criticism deserves a television apology. Oh. Right? You can't criticize on TV and then tweet. No, not in the facility.
You're the national television.
If you criticize on TV, you should apologize on TV. So James Jones here in the facility, you know what we do. We apologize, sir.
Yeah.
You got the floor.
Now that I know the severity of the injury and it being off the bone, my bad. Because I did jump the gun. I did not have the reports. I did not know the injury. I'm going off of my experience with the injury, my experience of how it happened, all that. Now I know the severity of the injury. Mine wasn't off the bone. All right, Dak Prescott, you seen my tweet? My bad.
Yeah, now, injuries is a part of the game. Being emotion is the thing that's never going to go away. People going to always be emotion. That's what makes us different from robots, right? We got emotions. The thing is with James Jones, I'm not going to say, oh, man, let's give him grace and mercy for what he said. But then he doubled down on these sorts of things. But knowing now that it's falling off the bone and got the AI speak, let's speak on this super chat.
Sit-in drops $19.99. Cowboys fans stop watching the game and let Jerry take hit on rating. That's best thing you can do to make change. And don't believe what Law argues. Even 10% decrease in rating hundreds of millions dollars in loss.
In losses, hashtag boycott. It's sit-ins, and says how the AI pronounce it. Let's do it then. Let's stop watching. Let's stop watching. Let's stop going to games and things. But a reprobated mind, a person that's already stuck in his ways at the age of 82, keep in mind, he's outliving Al Davis. Al Davis was left from this dimension when he hit 82. Jerry is right at 82. Unless Jerry got to the end of these 2 months or what have you, November and December or what have you and beyond, then he's outlived Al Davis. And I get it. Well, what we going to change from here? There's going to be such a catastrophically change that he's all of a sudden is going to get into actual ways. The only thing that can really happen if Jerry himself move on. I truly believe we are cursed. And believe it or not, you can say, hey, curses are not real and these things, but skeleton key is a real thing, man. Shoot. Yeah. I pulled up, I did some research on this, and it says, I'm going to just give out a few names of people that's been hurt since 1997. And somebody said, yeah, that's the average football. But these are the star-studded players that got hurt in the last 30 years. Michael Irvin suffered a career-ending spinal cord. Troy Aikman, he was out for multiple concussions. Deion Sanders, a nagging toe injury that put him out for the final seasons with the Cowboys, even though he went to go play on somewhere else, but he couldn't play no more after he had those toes to get hurt. And now we're hearing that he got those toes removed, believe it or not. Emmitt Smith, of course, this is the early 2000s. Flozell Adam, Big Flo, gone for the season in 05. Woody, gone for the season in 04 due to back injuries. Tony Romo suffered a broken collarbone in 2010, 2015, causing him to miss significant games. Tinu, multiple seasons, hamstring and groin injuries, out. Roy Williams, the safety, fractured forearm and neck, out for the season in 08. DeMarco Murray, Sean Lee, Miles Austin, Jay Ratliff, Dez Bryant, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick. Ezekiel Elliott had several knee injuries on good runs. Dak Prescott, Leighton Vander Esch, Michael Gallup, Jalen Smith, Tony Pollard. The injury list goes on, and either of these things, like was a guy named Tyrell Crawford. He got hurt. He got paid. Barry Church got hurt and he got paid. There's a lot of injuries. And I'm leaving and I'm missing out on a few other guys. Bland this season. Michael Parsons this season, right? Hopefully he can get back. D-Law this season. Dak Prescott this season. This is not a normal thing. And people can argue and say, yeah, it's normal. No. Because it's always our star-studded players. Terrell Owens, fingers, phalanges broken. You know, all I did was I typed in ChatGPT and I correlated injuries with the Cowboys' success. Who are the major injuries? And it kept on going. I'm leaving out because it got me like a 4 or 5 page of injuries of players that happened in pivotal years with the Cowboys. No other team is Sam Williams. See, they left out Sam Williams. Injured, gone for the season. This don't happen to everybody, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. Jeez. It would happen on some ancillary players like a Turpin, and I'm not saying that I want Turpin to be hurt, or Jalen Brooks. But, man, right now, CD, he's in the crossfires right now to be gone for the season. It didn't even talk about Joey Galloway. Gone for the season, right? It didn't talk about Julius Jones. So we've been hit and decimated with injuries, man. I don't think no other organization ever been hit like this, man. You know? Yeah. The same, well, you can say it did the same for the Niners, and they haven't won anything since 1994. So, hey, man, whatever we done did in the 90s, whatever blood sacrifice or ladder that we done walked under, or whoever we done crossed paths with, man, come on. I think, like you said, Saiton, to a degree, none of this would change until Jerry Jones is gone. You know, God, dog. Yeah, come on with it. Bohemian Grove got to get rid of this stuff, man. So all I can say is that the Cowboys, we've been hit with these kind of crazy things, and let's listen to in the words of MJ, he called him Fat Boy. You wrong, you know.
Oh, I mean, it's awesome, but you know, go to the playoffs every year. I mean, that's hard. Sustained success in the National Football League is by far the hardest thing going. I mean, when you see teams that are in it every single year, that's a hell of a football program. I mean, they're doing things the right way on all three quadrants. You know, their player instruction, you know, their player drafting, and their player finance. All three of those components are functioning at a very
So what you
high
trying to say, Mike?
so, you know, being a one-year wonder, you know, and it's happened, you know, and it's important. I mean, if you can get in the playoffs and play your best football in December and January, it's been proven. You'll have a great opportunity to maybe win one. But to build it for the long haul, you have to draft and develop. I don't know any other way. I mean, that's the numbers tell you that.
The company line, baby.
Your football team is critical.
They're not going to save you for saying that, Mike.
Very, very important factors.
Garrett Codell, CBS Sports. Mike, Jalen Hurts struggled with turnovers, but during their 4-game winning streak, 12 touchdowns, no turnovers. As someone who's made a career evaluating quarterbacks, what's flipped for him the last 2 weeks?
I haven't watched them that close to give you an opinion on the earlier games, but I think the obvious is, you know, the answer to your question. I mean, you got to take care of the football. So I mean, we went through the same thing. You can't you know, you're never going to win a game that you're -5. Hell, we won a game that we were -3. And, you know, I don't know if I've ever done that before in Pittsburgh. So you got to take care of the ball. I mean, there's no any way to shake it. You know, whether it's, you know, the fundamentals of how you carry it, the decisions you're making, the quarterback, or you're not catching it, and, you know, or they're making plays. You know, and there's the tremendous amount of training that goes in to ball extraction. I think it's the highest that I've ever seen in my career.
David J. $10. That was a weak apology. You say my bad when you bump into someone. When you impugn someone's character like James Jones did, you man up and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the James Jones thing, he got a lot of pride, and you can tell when he said he's not running for anyone. The thing that he said about Dak Prescott without knowing all of the information, you know, we all been there before, right? But we haven't been on national TV. So he tried to escape it by just tweeting out that, hey, after knowing the severeness of the torn meat from the bone type of thing. And the only time we like meat off the bone is when it's them ribs or something, you know, falling off, the bone like that. But for him to say that, try to tweet it, but it was Acho that said, hey, when you say it publicly on TV, national TV, you got to give your apology on national TV. So yeah. And I think that James, if you look at his collective response, we shouldn't be too ultra hating on the guy, because he's been one of the guys that's been campaigning and cheerleading for Dak Prescott and also speaking glowingly of Mike McCarthy. So it's kind of like wanting something to happen good, and it ended up being bad. I can tell you, I guarantee you, he ultimately want Dak Prescott to succeed. But by him not being able to succeed, he lashed out like that. He said, oh, he's quitting. He's giving up on the team. Because what you do is sometimes as fans, you see yourself in that person's body or frame or mind, and you want to live vicariously of saying that this is what I would do in this situation. But I guarantee you, it was a lot of emotions going on with that. But yeah, you're right, David. Yeah, a turkey leg, you want that meat falling off the bone, and some oxtails. Who makes some good oxtails?
Career in this league, the ability to take the ball away. So, and I think we talked about this in here last week or 2 weeks ago. You know, taking the helmet out of the game. You know, the skill level of the defenders and the coverage units taking the ball away. It's awesome. We show a video every week. John Fossil does the video. It's incredible. I love the way he does it, and it's a weekly. You know, it goes through every game, all 16 games, and it's all about, you know, one of the sections is about ball security. So it's constantly drilled because you have to have it too, and that's where, we need to flip it here. You know, and we were +1 last week, and we needed to build off of that.
Sydney.
Coach, Sydney Staples, D210 Sports. How has that energy surrounding Ezekiel Elliott been so far this week?
Good. Zeke's he's come in, and we sat down and talked on Monday, or maybe it was Tuesday, but yeah, he's jumped right in. He's had a good week. So Zeke has a bright light. You know, he's got a lot of personality, so he's having a good week.
Todd. You talked a little bit about the home deal.
Take a sip. He's taking a sip.
Schedule, playing, guys staying in hotels, not staying at home now, anything like that?
Yeah, we've adjusted the schedule a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Michael Irvin came out before the season started, I believe, and he was talking about take y'all asses to bed. That video was out for the start of the season about them sleeping at their house versus sleeping in the hotels. To be fair, they did win 16 games prior at the crib in a row until that Green Bay Packers game. But sometimes when you enabling the youth and you think that it's the right way and you thinking that just because you are winning, you can get away with things. No. Rules are rules. The rules are rules. So now the players, they have a dress code from what I was told, and now the players got to be at the Omni. They got to be at the Omni at home games. So there's no more shooting spades and hitting up Ashaniqua and Kamika the night before getting them weak legs, man. Yeah, you're going to have to be all focused in at that hotel. Yeah, you got curfew time. It's lockdown. Come on, finally, come on with it.
No, not really.
Calvin?
How much will Bland do today?
He'll be working with Britt today. Yeah, he's
Britt Brown. Oh Lord.
Is that foot still sore? Is that the biggest thing?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean the specifics. You know, he's still having symptoms. You know, that's really what's communicated. So the specifics are.
Don't rush him,
really
Dan.
For him to speak on.
Don't rush him.
The importance of leadership in situations like this, and then what do you?
Ruben know the weak legs, boy. The weak legs before the game. Ruben know. Coaches say, "Hey, don't be dissipating. Don't be dissipating. We need you. We need you. We need you." That's how my coach used to talk.
You lose in that regard with Dak, you know, since he's such a driving force here in the locker room. You lose that with him, or is he still able to be that when he's not playing?
Well, I think like anything, particularly with Dak, because he's such a excellent leader and respected. So obviously, when you're not on the field, you know, it obviously the opportunity decreases. But you know, the support that he gives Cooper and the support that he gives the other players, it's really an opportunity for those men to step up and take advantage of this, you know, void in leadership too. So, but you know, he really gets that. You know, so you know, he broke down the offense here at the end of the walkthrough. So he's still very much involved.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, that's the end of Big Mike right there. Salute to Big Mike McCarthy. Let me see if I can get him when we first got on here, because they be having these long press conference with just the whole music. And let me see what he said when he first got on. If he let me go that way. He probably don't let me do it because it's a live. Yeah, they ended it. They done ended it. Hold on, they might.
Extra opinions and just what will be needed.
He's still going through the process. Visited with him again this morning on it, so still collecting information, different opinions. I think that'll continue through next week. So, but he's here every day doing everything that he can.
At this status, I mean, one of the things on the board is whether or not he's able to return this season, given the options.
We're talking about Dak right now.
To address this injury.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be the goal. I know he wants to keep playing, but you know, I think it's important to go through the process of gathering all the information. It's obviously a serious injury.
Todd Archer with ESPN. How did Micah and CD come out of their work yesterday?
CD had a good day, did a little more than we anticipated, and I thought Micah had a good day. He felt good this morning, so Micah will do a little more, and CD will stay on a normal rep count.
Have you had receivers have dealt with this AC joint that
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What's the biggest issue that they have to fight? Is it just a pain thing or range of motion? And like, how do you look at it?
I mean, it's both. I mean, it's, you know, once again, I mean, all AC joints, you know, there's different grades, and I mean, I think, you know, obviously, you know, there's things that you can play with. So, you know, I don't want to get into specifics of it. He can talk about the specifics of his injury, but yes, I mean, this is the tough part of the game. But I thought he had a good day yesterday.
John Machado with The Athletic. Do you still look at this with your running back group as running back by committee, or is Rico kind of moved into the number one spot where he's kind of your guy?
So you're asking me how many reps he's going to play Sunday?
No, I mean, he asked you a question, man.
Scheme and play.
Sure, yeah, if you want to.
Tad told me scheme and play time's off the table. I'm just trying to stay within the rules here.
Ah, damn, dude. You know, Rico is your starting running back. Rico is your starting running back. Rico is your starting running back. And to make this the committee thing, and if you're not comfortable in doing that, then speak it with your chest, Mike. Rico is your starting running back. When we get close to the end zone, when it's one, all we've been saying, all of the people, because people think that what we've been saying with Dak, well, not Dak, but with Zeke, is let him be the 25 to 30 yard carry guy. No. When it's short yardages and when you're down into the red zone, use Zeke in those fashions. Say, I'm going to try in this game going up against the Eagles, Rico is my starting running back. Quite frankly, Rico needs that type of set of approval. He's a very sensitive guy. He's an emotional guy. So you say, hey, Reek, it's your job. You the starting running back. When it's short distances or when it's obvious passing down, so we need somebody to block, I got Zeke in the field, right? We need you to be the dunk off guy, the leak out guy, because he had a phenomenal job last game. That's all you have to do. And keep it moving. See, that's the difference. Bill Parcells will cook these reporters when they ask those type of questions. And he'll put them, I think Cook's going back to the practice squad. I think Cooks is going back to the practice squad. Let me see what else he say on this.
I'm a rule follower. I follow the rules.
Oh, you follow the rules.
What did you
Kelvin?
think what did you think of Rico, though, in the last game?
I like the way he played. I think Rico's improved each week with more opportunities. But, yeah, very pleased with Rico.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How has Zach Martin been playing this year? I mean, I know he's got a rookie. He's got to help him show communication. How overall do you think he's played?
Well, I think like anything. I mean,
just like anything, baby.
Zach's had a couple things he's dealing with, but yeah, I think he's having a solid year. I mean, it's you're talking about someone that's played at an extremely high level for so long. So, but there's a lot of football left.
Because he's so good at what he does, and expectations are so high. When he has a quote-unquote bad game, is that like a shock to the system that is something we normally don't see in a sense?
Well, once again, it's a long year. I mean, there's a lot of football, so I don't, and we talk about ebb and flow of a football game. You have an ebb and flow of a season, and no different for players. I mean, they're all trying to, establish a high standard of play and be consistently play above that line. And Zach has done that forever. So. I mean, he would want to speak on that more than anybody. So he has a standard, and we have all the confidence in where he'll play today.
Sajis of The Athletic. Mike, how have your defensive tackles progressed throughout the season, and where do you see where they are right now going into a team that
that's the part I missed out on.
Well, I think, our numbers up front have been a little light. We went in last week with 8. I mean, we're going to need a Moz. He's going to have to play well. We need those guys inside. I mean, it's this offensive line and the way they run it. Saquon's playing it at, I would say, probably the best I've seen him play going into a week of prep. So he's been dynamic. I think he wins the Player of the Week every week, it seems like. But, we definitely got to play, strong inside. We play with a lot of discipline. I think the fit between our linebackers and our core guys inside has improved, and we need to continue to stay on that, and we will definitely need that Sunday.
Their quarterback sneak play hasn't been as effective this year. Is that just
man? Where we improved that? Jeez. In our interior, we 31st ranked defense, y'all. We've been stuck at that spot for at least 3 weeks now, going into 4 weeks at the 31st rank. The only thing is that we've been teetering back and forth between 32nd and 31st. So where we been improving at? I just need to know, like what are we doing from the interior aspect in that particular spot, of this game and this journey.
It's an indicator of how valuable Kelsey was to that, and a lot of people attributed that to the quarterback, but just the whole operation.
Well, I would say, Kelsey, in my view, is a Hall of Fame center. I mean,
he gone.
I mean, he played at such a high level for so long. So not only the snake, but there's a lot more. What I remember the respect I had for him is when he, their pattern schemes. He pulls, and they're still doing it with the center now, but just his ability to pull on the edge and make plays too. So, but yeah, I think some of that too is, maybe the opportunities haven't been there too.
It was a cream filling in the middle of the D line, soft. Yeah. Have you ever got those donuts with the cream filling? Them things good, ain't it? With the lemon cream filling in the inside those donuts. Yeah, the cream filled kind. Yeah.
I haven't studied it to give you. I don't have an evaluation of their sneak play.
Damn, dog, you have evaluation of the sneak play? Well, they gonna do it this week. They gonna do it this weekend. And to be fair, they've been just as efficient in that push-tush thing, right? It's just that they don't have to do it as much when you have, say it with me, Saquon Barkley. You don't have to do the tush and the push anymore, But they've been just efficient. I've been watching the Eagles play. Yeah, we already know they coming to do it, right? The tush push been still efficient. If the Eagles fans are watching right now, tell them, give at least Mike McCarthy the answer to that particular test, because they still been tushing and pushing. It may not be what the efficiency level of a Jason Kelsey, but come on, the man finna have a gold jacket. It may need to give it to him before he have to wait 5 years. Yeah, but when you got a Saquon Barkley back there, you don't have to really lean on the tushing of the pushing. The man hurdled someone backwards to the point where the NFL said, hey, man, let's bring you into the office to drug test you, dog, because that's not normal. Yeah, that's not normal. Shoot.
Mike Edwarder, WFAA. As you endure this 3-game losing streak,
it hurt. You're killing me.
He too comfortable. He's too goddamn comfortable. God dog, boy. I never thought I would see this day. He joking. We 3-5, man. He too comfortable. One of y'all conspiracy theorists said that, hey, he already got a contract extension. He already extended his contract. If that happened, Lord, oh Lord. Lord. Ain't no way you can get Bill Parcells to be joking right now. Ain't no way you get Jimmy Johnson to be joking right now, man. Oh my God, he comfortable. We're so funny about that. What he got in that cup, man? He took a sip. He took a good sip. He got some Johnny Walker in there. Let me rewind. He too comfortable, man. Yeah. Oh, my God, man. He too comfortable, man. What he drinking in that cup, man? As they, I done messed the internet up. I done got that dial up over here. They done took the press conference away. Put it back up there. Now put the press conference back up there. Oh, they took the press conference away. Yeah, y'all go to Cowboys.com. He too comfortable, man. No way I'll be sitting here doing jokes, man. Jeez. Come on with it. Yeah. Anyway, we got a lot of things to do today anyway. So let's go to this part right here. We were speaking of interior defensive line play and stuff like that. So Jordan Phillips here was dog water, right? He was dog water here. And as soon as we got rid of him, the Bills was like, hey, Jordan, can you have a little conversation with us, And they signed him back to the Bills, you know what I'm saying? So come on.
Mostly because I'm an acquired taste, and they like my taste, you know what I'm saying? So, seeing the smiles and being actually wanted it's a hell of a drug. You know what I mean? You can do a lot for people when it's in the right environment.
That's wild. That's wild. And if this brother goes over to the Bills land, even if he get an assistant sack, like somebody else, if somebody else fall on a player and he just so happy to lean and fall on him too, we're going to be mad over here. We're going to be flat out mad. This dude played 1.5 games. We burned a draft pick. What was our draft pick compensation? For the Bills said, hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And what's the Bills' record is, by the way? And we couldn't use them? We couldn't at least put them out there to say, hey, occupy some space? Yes, he was getting blown back and pushed back. But last I checked, defensive tackles, it takes a time when you haven't been in training camp, when you haven't been out there to Oxnard, right? We picked them up late. And when you 350 pounds, it takes you a while to work yourself into shape. Yeah. Action power. Old folks say, everybody ain't lying, right? Shoot, he's a depth piece, yeah. So, man. The Dallas Cowboys got to fix some things, man. They got to correct some things and get some things occupied in the right direction. If not, man, we'll be in the same boat that we are in.
Cowboys. Dak Prescott is likely headed to injured reserve soon with a hamstring injury that cost him at least 4 games, if not more. In 2022, Rush went 4-1 after Prescott went down with a broken thumb. He kept that season afloat in the first half of the season. Now he needs to keep this season afloat in the second half of what has been a disappointing year.
His temperament's excellent. I would say, he's as even-keeled as an individual, especially quarterback that I've had the opportunity to work with. So cerebral, smart, and he gives you the flexibility to continue to play. And I think that's what you want in all your quarterbacks. You don't want to get to a spot where you have to change, a bunch of things offensively because who's behind center.
When Rush was last behind center, the Cowboys didn't score more than 25 points in a game, except for his loss. To the Eagles, by the way. He stayed away from mistakes. The biggest difference that year was their defense. The Cowboys gave up just 15.8 points per game, had 6 takeaways, and 22 sacks. This is a good time for Micah Parsons to return from an ankle injury, but even he might not be able to lift this defense by himself.
How many games? They said 4 games. 22 sacks. 6 takeaways. The teams only average 15.8 points down in those times. Let me go back. All right, God, let me go back. Let me see how many points do teams get now on us in these last L's. Are we holding the Detroit Lions to 15 points? Jeez. Oh, my gosh, man. Are we holding San Fran to 15 points? Are we keeping the ATL shorted to 15 points? And when we face the Eagles this weekend, can we hold these boys to 15 points? Can we get turnover scoops and scores? OMG. My thing is how we win this and how we fix this. Because I doubt it if we can get 22 sacks, right? Let's be real. We don't have nobody. Unless Parsons got that new, maybe Jerry gave him some of that reptilian blood that he can put in that ankle and he can turn around and get to the quarterback. And we utilize Parsons and Overshawn and they don't know who coming. Right, Parsons, Overshawn, Parsons. The only way we can get there because he said in those games they averaged 15 points. Hey, my guy Cooper Rush played mistake-free football too. Don't forget that point. Also, they ran the ball, and they had over 6 or right at 6 takeaways. More than likely, if we can do that, we can win this game. If we can do that, hold on. If we can do that, ooh-wee. Play caller is still the same. No. The play caller is not the same. It was Kellen Moore, or as they were saying, Killing Moore.
Thank you, Todd. The Cowboys enter this one having won 17 of their last 18 home games against division opponents, including 10 straight, tied for the third longest home win streak in division games over the last 2 decades. But that streak in serious jeopardy. Dallas is winless at home this year and has allowed 41.8 points per game in their last 4 home games dating back to last year's wildcard loss.
Them jokers said the Cowboys are allowing 41.8 points a game. Lord. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my God. If Parcells didn't want T.O., who else was going to give us 15 touchdowns, 1,355 yards? No disrespect to Terry Glenn, R.I.P. He was injured a lot, and he's talking about that. You going all the way back, SARS. And I don't know if you're watching it all the way up to the current spot that we are at now, but to solidify your super chat, I think that player is control. Coaches got to put the fear of God into players. And coaches got to have the mindset that what I say is final. Parcells was so pissed off. Now, granted, it goes all the way like this, man, and I appreciate your super chat. Let me put that 42 points a game insane away thing away from the house. Just to add to his super chat here. Jimmy Johnson knew how to put the hardest thing is that when you have stars on your players, you still got to coach them like they're nobodies. You can't give them too much rope. You still have to put that fear, even though you're going to play your favorites, because that's just how life is. You're always going to have favorites, right? You're always going to have good son, I can't stand this son. Good daughter, I can't stand this daughter. You're always going to have that. Jimmy would still leave Troy Aikman or leave Michael Irvin, but he'd probably circle around and go back and get them. You know, he would say literally certain things to them to excoriate them, to push them to the edge just enough. And he mentored Bill Belichick the same way to do to Tom Brady, etc. Is the documentary out there. But what happens when you have a person like Jerry or Stephen Jones, they allow that good player to, even when they're late or even when they're bad, to still get ice cream. Troy Aikman had a slew of bad weeks of practice, and they had coming off of a loss, and it was in that shadowy place. And Jimmy told the media, they had a press conference. He told the media that, yeah, Troy not even going to start. Although in his mind, he was going to still put Troy out there. But he was saying, no, Troy Aikman will not start this week. Immediately, 30 to 40 minutes after he said that, Jerry Jones went on the same press conference and said, yeah, Troy Aikman will be the starter. So those are things that really crawls up a head coach's ASS when they have to have that alpha mentality. Yeah. So the head coach got to be a villain like. You know, I missed somebody's super chat. R. Williams. Is this Roy Williams? You know, shout out to you, Roy. He says, this is what happens when Jerry, this is what happens, Jerry, when you cut deals with the devil. He should repent and ask Father God to bless the works of his hands. Yeah. And then I missed a super chat the other day with Pittman. He says, no matter how the season ends, I already said that one. I think it was JD from DC. He said, sounds like a hamstring entanglement. You crazy, JD. Yeah. These are valuable informations, man, that a lot of people just don't understand. And let me see if I can get this up. I'm going to pull this up because I think this person gave the best analogy of it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Hold on, y'all bear with me. I'm going to find it, but we're going to listen to this. Hold on.
Off to the Packers. Nicole remembers it well. The third
big money quarterback Dak Prescott said we suck, but also messed up his hamstring and his hand in the course of this game and didn't even finish. It was an ugly affair.
You're not excited for Cooper Rush conversation this week, Dominique?
Oh gosh,
you know it's coming.
No, it's not.
You know they're going to win with nobody. What are you talking about? They're going to win with Cooper Rush this week. There. And then you're going to get the maybe they should have just stuck with Cooper Rush all along conversation. Guaranteed that is happening.
I don't know because they couldn't move the ball once Dak was out of the game.
No. He's saying after they win.
After they win next week.
It's not this. You don't think that they're going to make an argument that anyone's going to make an argument for Cooper Rush this week, do you, Bill?
No, nobody's not going to be crazy. They have to win one game with Cooper Rush, and then people will take that disingenuous logical leap to attack Dak.
Someone's got to zag and just say Trey Lance.
All right, so here it is right here.
Whoever decides to be the man in the house, he becomes the villain.
It's similar.
Because he have to establish law and order.
Same thing.
Daddy got to establish law and order. Daddy got to whoop ass. Daddy got to say, hey, take that off. You can't wear that outside the house. He ain't like it. So that's why you hear mom and them say, hey, don't tell your daddy. That's why most things is kept from daddy, because daddy can't be the good guy. He have to establish law and order when things are wrong. Yeah. And he have to discipline. Right. So he can't always be like, mama can always be like. Yeah. You ask daddy for something now, boy, I got to pay the bill. Mama find a way to give it to you. Mm-hmm. So daddy is the villain in the household. Whoever enforces the rules in the house is the villain to the kids. Right. And whoever consistently enforces the rules is the villain.
Man, that Charleston White be spitting some dimes, man. Let me know if y'all can hear him properly. You sent that to me, Charlie G. Appreciate you, man. I mean, look, y'all can laugh all you want, man. Yeah. But Charleston White be spitting some truths, man. It's the same way with coaching. Whoever established the rules is going to be considered the villain. Jerry Jones don't villainize nobody. He got the open door policy, man. Yeah, come on, man. Hey, Charleston loading up rigs. Yeah, man, Charleston White be spitting the truth, man. That's why, shout out to him. He followed the channel. Salute to him. We may be doing something down the line. But I just want to say that that's exactly what's going on with this particular team. Law and order. Come on with it, Dre. Come on with it. See, people, Charleston White say stuff that others want. And then you be sitting there thinking, yeah, I got him. But he's setting you up for the haymaker. Yeah, he be looking like this, and he be sitting down there like this, and he be like, yeah. And he be going in, dog. Shoot, he be going in. The truth right there. But when you have that defeative mindset and you don't have that law and order, people, kids, players, they will circumvent that stuff all the time. They were flat out circumvented. They say, well, all right, Mike McCarthy said that I won't start. Okay, I'm gonna go to Jerry. Jerry, you wanted me here. Why do you got me here? Right? On the depth chart, the week that Ezekiel Elliott started for the 49ers, I believe. Yeah, for the 49ers. It was announced that he was going to be the third string running back. It was going to be Rico, Dalvin Cook, and then Zeke. But what happened in that game? My guy looked at that doggone score sheet. He looked it up. He said, oh, okay, all right. Oh, that's the game plan? I'm sick. I'm hurt. I ain't going to be able to play this week. Out of a selfish mindset, a defeated mindset, who knows? What if Rico had the type or kind of caliber game that he had last week in that 49ers game? And you sprinkle in Zeke. Probably win. So let me play it one more time so y'all get the clarity, man. Yeah.
Whoever decides to be the man in the house, he becomes the villain.
Villain, yeah.
Because he have to establish law and order.
Got to.
See, Daddy got to establish law and order.
Homie?
Daddy got to whoop ass. Daddy got to say, hey, take that off. You ain't wearing that outside the house. He ain't like it. So that's why you hear Mama and them say, hey, don't tell your daddy. That's why most things is kept from Daddy, because Daddy can't be the good guy. He have to establish law and order when things are wrong. Yeah. And he have to discipline. Right. So he can't always be like. Mama can always be like. Yeah. You ask Daddy for something now, boy, I got to pay the bill. Mama find a way to give it to you. Mm-hmm. So Daddy is the villain in the household. Whoever enforces the rules in the house is the villain to the kids. Right. And whoever consistently enforces the rules is the villain. Whoever
Yeah. Zeke ain't done yet here. Listen properly. Zeke been done 5 years ago. Man, JV1286. What did Zeke do, man? Did he take your squeeze? What's going on, man? What did he do to you, man? I feel you, JV. But neither here nor there. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in to these type of shows. Let's go up into closely one, and we're going to try to take your phone calls or what have you. I got a busy schedule today. We will be up at the Kevin Smith restaurant tonight. We're going to have Joe Tron on the show tonight. We're going to have, of course, Clarence Hill, Cowboys and Chill. We will be live there and getting things going. Let's go. Let's continue to grow this thing and continue to develop this thing. But if there is a situation and a scenario that you're watching this show and you didn't like the law and order, right, and you've been in situations whereas you heard that and you start getting distracted and things like that, and then all of a sudden you may veer too closely left or right, and then all of a sudden there's somebody that busting in and you fool around and ran into a building while somebody was jogging on a treadmill or checking their, 'cause legends have it that guy was absolutely watching Law Nation when that happened. And you need to make a phone call and you need to get somebody on the scene. Before you dial 911, be sure to check these guys out.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. Be sure to give them a call. And one call.
Call my phone.
That's all. It's Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. over a combined of 100 years of experiences. Yeah, that's 214 or 817-333, and all of the threes you can dial. Call Frenkel first, right? Or visit FrenkelFirm.com. With that being said, 657-390-7391 is the hotline you can call for Law Nation. Yeah, that hotline there. Come on with it. We got from the 206, you in the mix. Live on FrenkelFirm.com hotline. What's good, MJ? What's good?
What up, Law?
What's
How you
good?
doing?
Well with two L's.
Well, we got to see what we got to do today. We got to see, is Parsons playing this week?
Jerry leaked out that Parsons was playing Tuesday. So he playing. he playing.
Well, it might help him a little bit, try to get that ball on faster. With a pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Save number 21. Oh, God, I'm scared of 21, man.
You talking about the 21 on our side, right? Because I don't know if they got a 21. Yeah. 21 on our side. Lord.
Number 6, if he on number 4, oh, man, they going.
I just want to know who's the spy. I heard that Hurt's been hurt or haven't been at practice. Y'all can let me know in Eagles land or what's going on with that. Or he could just be fine and dandy. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got a chance. We're going to see. You stay close.
Yeah.
They definitely want to pay us back for that beatdown, 30-10. But if we win, and your boy Brunson always talking that smack. Oh yeah. Oh my God, he's talking smack. Boy, we beat him. I want you to turn him up, man.
Man, tear him up, man. I got to talk to him before the game. So maybe we set up something, I think, on Friday, because my schedule is going to be here today. It's going to be very, very busy. But yeah, man, I think you control the clock with them. You run the ball. They're going to go with heavy runs. You do the 30 for 30, what Big Game James and I've been speaking on. Run the ball 30 times. Hey, try to have at least less than 30 attempts throwing the ball with Cooper Rush, and you can probably come out with a dub.
I know. And that Jerry, he be trying. Well, that guy, he straight up said, he trying to be slick. He said, I'm gonna grab anybody. And them fans stole his butt up when he, if we done gave that guy a 6th round for the guy, that'd have been,
Yeah. Or if you'd have shipped Jordan Phillips there, or they brought Andrew Booth back. They brought him back, so Andrew Booth is brought back, but he's on the practice squad. They cut him. But even if you threw a player for a player, I think that would have went smoothly. But by it being a 4th round draft pick, a lot of people is sullying on Mingo, my Mississippi guy.
Is he gonna play this week?
No, he ain't gonna play this week.
Oh my God.
Ain't no way in the world you throw him out there this week.
Because he don't know the offense.
Yeah, he don't know the offense. He'll be a liability for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, go on, let that number 80, let that boy have a good old game.
Yeah, let Flo get out there, man.
Let Flo play, man. Fat boy, I'm sick of fat boy. I can't stand him.
You might like him this week. He's going to be a balance. He's been up. He's joking. He's keying. Something up, man. I don't know if they pull the right strings with the Illuminati thing, but he's too cheerful. He's too cheerful.
No.
But in closing, man. In closing, what you got, bro?
In closing, that's gone on. Whatever happened. If it's not time, but we'll come back strong. I'm never giving up. Never giving up. Go Cowboys. Salute,
man. Appreciate you, MJ. All right. So, I mean, we look at it from this aspect, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. I understand. We can't put toothpaste back in the tube. They brought Zeke back because this is what the Cowboys do. They wanted him to break Tony Dorsett record. They care about those things. Break that record. That's another jersey. When you're going through the tours, you can say, hey, this is the jersey that Zeke wore when he broke Tony Dorsett record. And that was the whole calling card. We don't need to draft another running back because we got our running back, right? Those were things. Two things can be true. Zeke is brought back for those things. We are a storied franchise. They say that because you got to tell the story. And unfortunately, we don't care about that. We don't care about any of these records. We just want the dub, right? Do the food taste good? You know, back before we all got conscious and open-minded about hot dogs and stuff, we don't care about what's in the hot dog. Do it taste good? Right? But now we all like, hey, they're using this, they're using that. They got all type of chemicals. Now you don't eat a hot dog, you know, because you know too much, right? But back in those days, man, people didn't die like they did now because we prayed over our food. We took time. We said, God, thank you for this meal. We'll scoop it up off the ground if possible. But now we don't even pray no more. People don't even pray before they eat. They're just getting food and just eating nachos and Doritos for lunch, dinner, breakfast, and all of that stuff. Yeah. So we don't care about these type of things anymore, man. We just want to win. We just want the dub. Ain't that right? I got G Cuddy from the 313. You in the mix. Talk about it. What's good?
My man Law, what's going on, man? Hey,
it was good, Cuddy.
Law, you said no more DPF, man, and that's one thing I get to look for.
Yeah.
No DPF, man.
Yeah.
We got my man Cooper in here, and I want to see how that goes because it's like I agree with you. It's time of possession, but we go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and them boys go down there with all them weapons. Right, and put up 7 and 7, and you look up, even if it's if you get down 17 zip, then what's Mike gonna do then? We gonna keep running? Like,
well,
that's the question.
I think that Cooper can throw the ball short to intermediate throws. I think he got a good processing system. But just like anything, in the words of Mike McCarthy, you're gonna have to run the ball, clear the clock. If anybody wanted to call in, I wish Too Cool can call in because his mindset was 2-3 weeks ago. Bench Dak Prescott and insert Cooper so that Dak Prescott can see what can really happen in his offense. Well, his theory is playing out. But this is the thing. Dak Prescott don't have the ability to get back in there. So I need Too Cool to call in. If Too Cool can call in right now, it'll make my day. If anybody I want to hear is Too Cool, because I'll listen back to my video and he'll like, hey, we should bench Dak Prescott and put Cooper Rush in. Now, if Cooper Rush get in this game and he go 10 for 10, 2 tubs, and the running game is still what we get out of Rico, what he did last week, man, I'm going to be sitting here like, man, Too Cool. You get all of my respect. Shout out to you, man. Whatever you in Dallas, whatever you need, I got you. If he go through that process and he start carving up, if all of a sudden his offense wake up, I'm going to be like, man, damn, Too Cool was right all along.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You ain't got to do nothing.
What more do you want from me?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Let me ask you this real quick.
Go ahead.
They got Philly. If that's a bad loss, then we got Houston. Now they got some injuries too.
Yeah, they do.
They can put up some points. You got that Washington team.
Wow.
Does a point come down where you just like, Mike, this not working. You get rid of Mike. You let Zim coach out the rest of the year. And then that way, when you go into the off season, now you can go ahead and bring in, if you're going to do Belichick or something like that. Because what I'm afraid of, you hang with McCarthy all year, get rid of him. I can see Jerry trying to just elevate Zim. And I'm like, we just going in a circle, man.
What's the strength of this team right now? If anybody need elevation based off of the numbers here, would be Jones. Johnny Bones, Bones Fossil. Because his group is the only one that's succeeding right now in the top 10s. But right now we the 31st, and I know we could talk about injuries, etc. But Zim, I think that they're going to call the play, Cuddy, of picking up the phone and letting Bill Belichick, because that's what I heard. That's what I was told, that Bill Belichick would be the interim, and he would come in with his particular philosophy and system and scheme, and he would give a shot at it,
But see, you got the Saints that's already fired their coach. See, these other teams gonna start. That's what I get worried about. But know, Jerry gonna do it his own way, man, and it's just it is what it is, man. So, but I mean, I ain't seen us look this bad, man. I can't even tell you. I mean, maybe when Romo got hurt and had to go out with that collarbone early. I mean, that's
2015. Here's the thing, though. Well, the first time he went out, it was terrible because that year, but we still, I think, finished with more wins than this. When Tony Romo broke his collarbone, but in 15. Here's the craziest thing. That's when the O-line was humming in 2015. We had the third-ranked Russian team, right? We had the top, I believe that year we finished out still a top 5 or a top 10 defense that year. Believe it or not, in 2015, it's just that we didn't have a single quarterback to get things going. That was the year we had Greg Hardy in them. You remember slapping the clipboard and the Seattle team was still good in 15, and we held them boys to 6 points.
That's
it was a terrible
year.
Year.
Everything broke.
Everything broken, dog. Yeah.
Well, hey, listen. Last time I called, I didn't get a chance to tell you this. Man, you didn't help me in hundreds, maybe thousands of fans make it through the season. I'm serious. I can't even listen to the 4-letter networks. I can't even listen to them because they just dancing on our graves and stuff. But you didn't really made it where we can kind of get through it, man. So I appreciate you. Keep it coming, man. Keep the content going, man.
Yeah, man.
And you stay real on this. Hey, in closing, keep your boy Big Game James off my Michigan guys, man. It's just we pick the bums, okay? Everybody come out of Michigan, not bums, all right? I mean, we saw Hutchinson. We saw what he did. You know what I mean? So we got So tell him to just because we can't pick the right guys.
We can't pick. At one time, we had the full Michigan squad. Schoonmaker, you remember the other guy? His name, the other tight end. I forgot his name.
We had Charles. We had Sean. What's his name?
Sean McEwen. Sean McEwen.
Listen, man. Look, just because we can't pick the guys that can play, man, that's an internal thing.
Yeah. Hey, it's an internal thing, man. But appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? We've been striking out on them damn Michigan guys. But Jordan Lewis right now is graded the highest DB on the team right now. His PFF, if y'all follow that, I know how y'all feel about that. Been the highest amongst a lot of DBs this season collectively. Let me see if I got it right here. Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah. So J. Lou, week in and week out, he's been having a phenomenal season. In this particular season of hardship. Right? Like we never have two things that match, man. So our hope would be Parsons getting back and then he giving us something. And then, of course, Overshawn continue to improve. Lawson catch that wave that he caught last week. That's hope that we're leaning on. Yeah, that boy fighting for his life on Michigan, guys. All right, Uncle Charles, you're live, and then we had the 815-205. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? What's up, Cowboy Nation? What's happening?
Hey, all is well. All is well.
How's the family, man?
Oh man, they day to day. They pushing through, man. They a little hurt, but hey, one day at a time.
Well, let me say this. Everybody's saying that we're in trouble, and maybe we very well is in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you think the world is coming to the end. Let me explain something to you. Let me tell you when you don't lose. When you sitting in the dark with your lights off because you couldn't pay your bill and roaches is crawling all over you. That's when your ass is in trouble. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, we got to play the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I don't roll and tossed all night trying to figure out how we can win this game. Well, you can win this game by stopping the run. You can win this game by not turning the ball over. I feel sorry for Dak. I think Dak been put in a hell of a position that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you pay somebody $100 million, you expect a $100 million play.
Facts.
Now, is it all Dak's fault? No, it's not. It's not all his fault.
Right.
We got an insane owner. I could have swear that he been here since the 1800s. I could have swore that he been here that long because he acting a damn fool. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All I can do is say, God, take care of my team. Let them do the best they can. And if they win, they win. And if they lose, they lose. But I'm going to tell you something. Ain't nothing going to change in Dallas as long as Jerry Jones is in charge. Now, Jerry, you own everything. You even own the answers in the ground. And I tell you what, Jerry, would you at least let them take the food to the queen? Can you at least let them do that? Yeah. See, this is the problem we have. I'm praying for my team to win. Is I'm optimistic about it? Yes, I am. Is I'm a little sad about it? Yes, I am. But I got to go with what I got. Go Cowboys. Do the best you can. Lift your head up. And don't let nobody rain on your parade. Do your best. My mama used to, let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this in closing. You know, I went through a lot when I was a kid. There was this boy in my room. This boy was so damn dumb. He wrote my name down on his paper and turned it into the teacher. She said, your name ain't Charles. What's going on here? See? This is what I'm talking about. Things happen to you in this world and you can't explain it. But all you can do is keep going. That wall is in front of you. You better figure out how to get over it or around it or under it or go right through it. So that's what the Cowboys going to have to do. And I'm going to say this in closing for all the people that voted. Now, I'm going to tell you, I know, Law, I know you don't give a damn that, but let me say this. Let me say this. You can hate people all you want to. Everybody have a constitutional right to vote. I'm not mad about what they ain't them voted for, and you don't need to be mad about who I voted for. I voted for my best interest. But when you start wishing people catch on fire and you wish people fall dead, I think you don't lost your damn mind. See, let me tell you something. You mad at me, so I tell you what you do. If you're mad at me or who I voted for, I want you to go up there on 78 Highway and stand in the road and let a goddamn cold truck hit you, and you ain't got to worry about being mad at me no damn more. Your pain will be over with, and your complaining will be over with. Love one another. Love one another, treat others one another with respect, and respect each other's boundaries. I love you, Law, whether you voted for Camilla or I love you whether you voted for Trump. Because why? Because you're my brother. Because some things are more bigger than things like that. We're family men. And we love them and we care for one another. And that's all I got to say. Go Cowboys, and I'm praying for them. That's
Let's
all
go,
I can
man.
say.
There we go. That's what I love to hear, man. That's Uncle Charles, man. And yeah. People need to stop playing the blame game, man. And some of them sisters out here, stop blaming the brothers, man. We get the blame for everything. Yeah, man. I watch it all on Twitter and everything. They all out here crying. Yeah. It's the brothers. Y'all didn't go out to vote for Kamala. I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on now. Shoot, don't be blaming us for everything. Shoot. And at the end of the day, round of applause for Uncle Charles. Yeah. Round of applause for him. And when he said it's the bigger picture, you got to do this.
You think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big. Think big.
Think big. Yeah. Somebody need to tell that girl. She out here blaming the brothers. I'm just like, wait a minute, what's going on? They crashing out real bad. I'm like 50 Cent, that meme that he be like, hey, whoa, wait a minute now. How you gonna categorize everybody, you know? They blaming the brothers out there, man. I got from the 815. You're live on The Nation, brought to you by Frenkel Firm. What's good?
Shout out to Frenkel Firm. I want to say before I get started, don't blame black men, blame white women. Law, because 78% of black men voted for Kamala. But Law, I want to go. I want to. Yeah, I ain't gonna play that. I want to go here. I want to go here first, Law.
Yeah.
Yesterday I said we're either gonna be 3-1 or 4-0. That's a fact that still remains. Nothing has changed.
Hold on, before you go any further. Before you go any further, I want that to happen, bro. I really want that to happen. But keep going. Keep going.
Law, it's gonna happen. Woo! Because this is why it's gonna happen, Law. We gonna run the offense that we should have been running with Dak. We're going to run the ball more, and I know you've already said this, so I'm not breaking it in the news, but we're going to feature, Trey Lance will have some plays. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get to Cooper Rush. I want Law to give Cooper Rush as much grace as he gives Dak Prescott. I want him to give Cooper Rush, a 5-1 starter, some grace. But our record, I'm not switching up on our record. Cooper Rush is a good thrower of the ball. He can throw the mid-range. He can throw the short ball. To me, he can even throw the deep ball. If you watch the game, some of them passes, people just didn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
We will run the ball. Rico Dow has been playing really, really well, if you ask me, in my opinion. I think we will. We're going to get a heavy dose of running this ball. Cooper Rush, I believe, against the Eagles, will have, I'm going to say conservatively, 2 touchdowns this coming up game. Guys, wake up. The Cowboys are going to get this ship floated. We will be stabilized. Cooper Rush to the rescue. Watch out for rush hour because it is dangerous.
Yes, indeed, man.
Shout out to them Cowboys. Shout out to Law Nation. And again, I want to say this before I go. Where all the Dak fans at? They just have abandoned Law Nation. But I'm not going to do what they do. I'm going to show up every day. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Brandon, man, hey, like I said, man, just let me know you want the white jersey or the blue jersey, or the color rush. Woo! Color rush jersey. I don't know. I'm going to have to call the people to see if they make the color rush jersey, for Cooper Rush. That would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what jersey you want, though, bro. I would say this, though. They should get back to football. There were some passes that were dropped, like Turpin still dropped passes, whether or not Dak Prescott threw it to him or Cooper threw it to him. So that's why I'm thinking that they are making some of the changes of the wide receivers. Hopefully, we can see a little bit better improvement. Maybe these guys can figure out ways to hold on to the ball. We looking for this team to be victorious, even though the Eagles are the Eagles. I can't stand the Eagles. They got the 3rd-ranked defense. We going to have to play keep away. And let's not put it all in the hand of Rush. Run the ball, play precise, hit him with the element of surprise. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of tape on Rush, right? And what's his name, Fangio, he's smelling himself. They said, what are you going to do to prepare for Cooper Rush? I'm paraphrasing because I got a chance to listen to his interview. He said, nothing. hey, he said, what y'all gonna do to prepare for Cooper Rush? This brother said with a straight face, Vic Fangio, nothing. So that's extra spice that I want Rush to be able to do something. I want this team to do something. Just show us something. Come on with it. All right, I got my guy Cowboys, Dwayne, and then I see 100 grand with the plan in the building from the 817. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, how's it going, Law?
Hey, all is well.
All right. Well, what I was going to say is, if we implement, I love my words getting twisted. If we implement a plan for Cooper Rush that we did when Dak first started in the season, when he first started his career with the intermittent throws and the runs, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put him into a position where he's got to be a gunslinger because he's not a gunslinger.
He's not. Right.
He's accurate, but he's not a gunslinger. So if you can implement the same plan or something similar to what you gave Dak his first, 2 or 3 years he was in the league, I think we could be able to win out on most of our games.
Yeah. And it's going to bring some creativity to this particular point, too, as well, when you think about it, even if they implement a package with Trey Lance, right? And you seeing Rush and 19 in the backfield, like, okay, what's going to happen now? And they when we gash them. I seen Trey Lance in that preseason game get to the edge and run it all the way into the end zone, right? And my thoughts were, even before Dak Prescott got hurt and out for pretty much the rest of the season, just put Trey in there, man, to have him on the backfield, and you have to have an extra eye of attention on him, right? Because I didn't like the ideology. And I'm not pocket watching, but I'm just pocket watching, $5.5 million are not even activated. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to be activated. $5.5 million, Right. So that's what I think that the Cowboys should have, some type of packages out there to utilize all of their pieces. But go ahead.
Yeah, but Mike McCarthy is not that imaginative.
Yeah.
He shows it in his game plan. He's not that imaginative. He's more like meat and potatoes. But this is a new league. This is a new era. This is a new time. You can't do meat and potatoes now. You have to, you got to put it in with a veggie or impossible. You got to do something totally different that they're not expecting.
Yeah.
You can show the same formation, but do something totally different from within that formation.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're talking about, the Trey Lance. It's like you got a Bentley, and you don't ever drive it, just sit in the garage, but you tell people you got a Bentley.
Yeah. You can't afford. Yeah. And we've seen it all the time, man, Yeah, pulling up in the garage.
If we implement something simple, if we implement something simple for them, nothing over the edge, nothing over the top, and utilize our running ability that we do have, we should. If we will win, or we'll be in the category of potential to win.
Yeah.
If we just keep it short and simple. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I thank you for your time, and keep it going. You inspired me to look for the best out of even a dark situation.
Oh yeah.
And I actually respect that, and I thank you for all you do for the Cowboy community, and keep the blessing going, and I wish your family has blessing as well as for all the Cowboy Nation. Thank you for your time, and thank you for accepting my call. You be blessed.
Amen, man. Appreciate you, man, and get that smoke detector changed, bro. I know you probably be at somebody else's house, but if you at your house, find that thing, because he had me looking around. But I thank you so much, man. And I only saying that because I care about you, Cowboy Dwayne. I don't want nothing to happen in your house and you don't be alerted for it. Let's go with the 100 grand, and I see my guy Too Cool in here, so definitely want to hear Too Cool. We're gonna try to get out of here by 1 o'clock because I gotta do some things. But hold tight, y'all. From the 201, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, bro.
My God, what's good, man?
Man, all is well, bro.
That's good to hear, bro. That's good to hear, man.
Give him grace and mercy. Ain't no grace and mercy over here.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Lord, man. Come on, 100 grand.
No. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. He get grace and mercy over here. He's been in the league how many years? He's been a starter for how long? That's what y'all said about Dak. I don't care. I don't care.
Everyone said, yeah, man, how you doing, Law? Yeah, give him grace and mercy, you know.
What's your point?
Hey, man. Oh, my gosh, man. All right, so here's how we go. Here's what we gonna call the Paul. Hold on. All right, so here we gonna do right here 100 grand. If it's a ball-headed play, we still gonna call out the stupidness. Now, if it's 3rd and 1 and shotgun, you know, hey, what's right is right. Now, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Brandon is saying. You know, and if we is on our side of the field, and they're trying to force and squeeze the ball, and it's picked off, you know, I'm going to be like, see, that's that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to give him grace and mercy. Now, if it's on the other side of the field, I can accept a little bit if it's on our side of the field and he's trying to make a play and it's turned over. But not you got to play the field. You can't swing this. You can't sling this ball all over the Eagles. You can't.
I don't think that's their plan.
No.
I don't think that's their plan. I told you what their plan was, Law.
What's that? Remind me.
Football. They're going to run the football. Yeah. They're going to do what they should have been doing with Dak, but they didn't do it with Dak. And that's what he said. Man, if they run the Dak game plan. So if if Cooper Rush come out here and put up some good numbers, you can't say, well, he's better than Dak. No, where's that same game plan? We asking you to run with Dak that we did 2 years ago that they never did.
What I'm hoping, you know, forget like grace and mercy, we accept that. But what I'm hoping for is, believe it or not, a miracle. You remember when you remember when Trent, this is a long time ago, and it's a whole different team. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that Cooper is this, by the way. I'm just got to put all of these disclaimers out because people would take it to the extreme.
People go crazy. But
I remember Trent Green going down for the Rams. They were St. Louis Rams at the time, I believe. And there's this guy named Kurt Warner came in there. I'm not saying that we're going to be that team. But this is my last thread of hope that this dude can catch fire and become a piece of that. Not that, but a piece of that. Because we don't have those three type of wide receiver, Hakeem, Isaac Bruce, and all of those boys. But I just hope that could be the thing. That's all the thing I can say. Kurt Warner never had a strong arm, but he was.
It might be the thing for this Sunday.
For this Sunday. Okay.
Because the Eagles are being cocky. You already said, and who?
Yeah.
Who? Now that tells you right there, Cowboys Nation. Oh, for Russian. Oh, what the defensive coordinator said? What for who?
Yeah. We ain't worried about him. Yeah.
That shows you the respect that man got. First of all, ain't nobody picked him up when he was out there. Mm-hmm. Ain't no team gonna go get that man. Yeah. And then you got a coordinator saying, do what for who?
For who?
I don't even know who that is.
Who? Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Yeah. So element of surprise.
That settles the debate. That settles the debate. So I don't want to hear Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, Dak Prescott, or this guy. That settles it right there. That puts it to bed right there. Whenever somebody say something about Cooper Rush, just go back to what you just said about that defensive coordinator.
Vic Fangio,
we ain't preparing.
Prepare for what?
Prepare for what?
We don't even need to have practice this week. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Prepare for who? How about that?
Man, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. I got 100 grand. Yes, indeed. Yeah. From the 910. Let's give him one of these, man, horns before we let him on, because this is what he said that should have happened weeks ago, you know, but before the injury. Too cool from the 910. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Ocho Cinco. Yeah, what's good? Well, talk to me. Now, what you got?
Hey, I got a question. I just got one question. The first one is this. Cooper Rush might get in there and stank it up. There's a possibility. But his backup, Trey Lance come in the game. The question is, they win, they go 5-1, Dak come back. Do you let Dak start again, or do you let the hot hand stay in?
You use the words that they always say. Stay with the hot hand, stick with the hot hand. They even did it with Jimmy Johnson, I believe. What year that was? Y'all help me out. You know, when I believe Blurline was just killing it. You know, Troy was like, "Hey, I'm back." And like, "No, we're gonna go with the hot hand." But what you got though?
So two things. Mike McCarthy. Everybody on Mike McCarthy. I don't like Mike McCarthy as well. As for the Dallas Cowboys, I don't like Mike McCarthy. But when I go back and I watch Mike McCarthy with the Green Bay Packers always had a receiving room by committee when they had Aaron Rodgers in them glory days and they had Mike McCarthy in his glory days. When you go down that roster, they didn't have first-round draft picks at wide receiver.
They didn't, yeah.
They didn't,
they
right?
Didn't.
So when it comes to Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, that mental is my number one target as a quarterback. I'm looking at CeeDee Lamb. When Cooper Rush got in that game, when he came in the game for Dak last week, he didn't come in there looking for CD. He was trying to get the ball out of his hands to anybody. So Brooks, the same time people talk about Brooks dropping the ball or the way he run routes, he made that spectacular ass catch on the right side of the field too. So is Brandon Cooks gonna be back this game?
No, he's not gonna be back this game. But he's finished hard.
Mingo should be. You think Mingo gonna be ready for this game?
No, he's not gonna be ready for this game.
All I'm just saying, all I'm gonna say is this: I'm excited for Trey Lance to finally get a chance. So
you moving from the Cooper thing to Lance is like the stack now.
I was always for Trey Lance getting the opportunity, but what I was saying with Dak Prescott, man, when you're losing sometimes, like everybody gets stuck. Cause I play football, I have scholarship and everything, but everybody gets stuck on, oh, he's a starting quarterback. Man, as a defensive player, I played cornerback. As a defensive player, when you constantly going out there and you saving the offense, you might not say it out loud. Like, bitch his ass, you might not say it out loud. But in your head, mentally, man, Michael Parsons and them saying, man, bitch Dak. In their head, they not going to come out and say it because he's the leader of that team. But defensively, when you constantly carrying the Cowboys, because for years they've been carrying the Cowboys, they've been carrying Dak. And what I try to tell people is this: it's a new year and it's a new problem. Last year, Dak didn't have this problem. Dak had the weapons. Dak had the opportunity. The year before that, he had the weapons. He had the opportunity, right? What were we saying then? He did the same thing then. So what I say now, sometimes you have to sit a player. You have to let a player understand, hey man, I can be replaced. And that probably would have gave Dak a little bit more fuel to his fire to say, man, that 5 minutes of me sitting down, that taught me something. What coach is gonna do that though? Because the way we're looking at it is he get paid too much money to sit on the bench. Michael Parsons get paid too much money to sit on the bench. No, hold on, Michael. You're all here jumping out here saying X, Y, and Z. Let me bench you real quick. Because you need to make not the head coach. Because these players are Jerry Jones players. These players come in here with this this chip on their shoulders that they playing in the star. So I would even say Michael Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott on a totem pole level. They're higher on a totem pole than Mike McCarthy. So what can Mike McCarthy tell players that's on the Dallas Cowboys that Jerry Jones went and handpicked that put number 88 on his back? What the hell can Mike McCarthy tell him when Jerry Jones just said, we think you so great, you're going to wear Michael Irvin number. You ain't going to earn nothing. We know you that great, you're going to put 88 on, even though you ain't played a down football yet for us. Right, but you got to do that. I give Jerry that. When you look at the number 88, Jerry Jones, when he put 88 on somebody, every single 88 he put on them, they have been good. But he ain't doing it. He didn't put 22 on Zeke.
He declined.
He ain't put 94 on Michael Parsons.
Zeke declined 22. He said it wasn't worthy.
But he ain't put. He should have put it on there. No, but I'm just saying. I just feel like as Cowboy fans, man, everybody try to say we delusional. We not delusional, man, because don't nobody wake up and don't want to win. All I'm saying now is that I feel like now, if Trey Lance is coming in the game and Trey Lance could scramble, I think a scrambling quarterback, it helps a running quarterback. It helps a power back. I think that Baltimore was the best place that Derrick Henry could have went, because even if you load the box,
you still have responsibility. Yeah.
You still got responsibility.
And they
to the left and right.
They did want it to. They had to change up some of the things because remember, I think the Ravens, they lost their first 2 games. So it started off 0-2, but once they got into the groove of things, now look at them. And then when they had a hiccup, they went and made a trade to get another wide receiver. So you're right. You got to always be this team that's always willing to be hungry. Like if I were to tell you that which team is coming off of a Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs or the Cowboys, if you were from like a different world, if you didn't know football, you would say, man, the Cowboys must be coming off of a Super Bowl, because the Kansas City Chiefs, they act as if though they're still hungry, right? They're still making moves, whether it's defense or offensively speaking. They are still being innovative with their calling of plays. They are trying to stay up late, and they have one of these things, as they call it, continuity with the coaching staff. I don't think that no one is kind of like looking over the other person's shoulder there. So it's all about the front office, the head office, and the intermediate office, and the coaching staff, and everything else to really want this. So going into this game versus the Eagles, we will see what they can do to plan now, because everybody got to be on the same page. You just can't have Cooper Rush out there throwing it for 35 times without balance, right? You can't have your defense overshooting their gaps or not playing contain on the edge. I think that everything is going to be condensed now, that they're going to look at it like it's time to get a win. It's been too long of losing at the crib. So hopefully these things can work out for us in this game.
And then my last thing, this is my last thing.
Go ahead.
And I was just thinking when you said something earlier, you know how you get Jerry Jones to make a change? Fans ain't going to be able to do it.
All right.
Another GM from another team ain't going to be able to do it. And the players would never be able to do it. What the media got to do, it ain't the media, what the NFL needs to do is when you have a losing season, there's a certain many games. There should be a certain amount of games that should be televised or should be like the game of the week. Cowboys still got like 7 primetime games left, right? So Jerry Jones, long as he's primetime, he gonna forever say stuff about the Cowboys. But when you take the Cowboys off TV, now he's hitting his pockets. Now he got to make a change. Now he got to think, how am I gonna get this team back on TV? Jerry Jones really ain't worried about it because Jerry Jones making money. His heart might be there. He might genuinely care about the players. He might genuinely, when he apologizes, care about the fans. But his heart is not there when it comes to that money, because that money is before his heart. So he sees all that revenue coming in. The Cowboys are still on TV. Even when the fans start selling their tickets, Jerry Jones still getting paid because he own that stadium.
What's the most the most talked about topic this week?
If the Eagles blow the Cowboys out, if they blow them out, are they a contender? Like what? That's a
right.
The Cowboys out, are they a contender?
All right, and then what's the number one topic of an individual player this week?
Dak Prescott with the injury.
With the injury, right? So people not talking about this magical thing that Detroit is doing. this wonderful, unique thing that even Kansas City is doing to a degree, right? People are not talking about those things, even though we are what 3-5. What's our record? 3-5. Yeah,
3-5.
3-5, and they're not. They're still talking about who's going to be the next coach. I think that people knows that people will tune in to the Cowboys whether we win, lose, or draw. And we have a lot of people, and I get what the other guy said with the super chat, that we should boycott and just stop watching. But haters going to tune in, man, regardless. And there are more casual fans than diehard fans. There are more casual fans. But go ahead.
Law, let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
Broadcasters. How many broadcasters from players, previous players, the former players in the NFL, what team has the most broadcasters out there?
Cowboys, man.
The Cowboys,
yeah.
Right? So if they got the most broadcasters out there, think about, like, and I tell people, man, Jerry Jones is a smart businessman. Who's to say Jerry Jones ain't got contracts with these networks?
Oh yeah, man, come on with it.
Talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
He got the power, man. CBS wasn't looking for Tony Romo. You know, shoot to talk about these damn games.
No matter what, Jerry Jones got that contract. You will talk about my team.
Right. Tony Romo had a for sure contract that was on the table for the Texans. He could have went to the Texans, or even at that time, I believe, the Denver Broncos. Jerry picked up that phone and said, "Have you considered Tony Romo? He's a brilliant broadcaster." Right? It's like it's part of the resume. It's part of the job. Emmett, when he left the Cowboys, he went to ESPN. Yeah. Jason Witten, he was so bad, they tried to put a toupee on him and brought him back to the Cowboys. You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't work out in Raiders, but they tried to get him in ESPN. You know, so Moose Johnston, you know, Troy Aikman. Man, Michael Irvin, the playmaker himself, right? So yeah, you're going to get a Barry Church can get up there. My guy Isaiah Stanback, you know, is on these networks. So we got a lot of guys, man, you know, that can get a bridgeway to the 4-letter, 3-letter network. Emmanuel Acho, to a degree, they really picked him up because he was on the DallasCowboys.com. Even though he played for the Eagles, but what have you? You was on Cowboys.com. Tiny Jim, David Hellman, all of these boys. If you fool around and mention the Cowboys and come from this market, to a degree, Colin Cowherd, what drew him up was he was in Dallas for a long time. And he talked about the boys, you know. So Chris Canty, Marcus Spears, the list is long and long and long, bro. Yeah, Marcellus Wiley. Yeah, they don't even talk about his Bills day. They talk about his Cowboys day. You play a spoonful of games for the Cowboys, you will forever be recognized and known. Mm-hmm. Look, Randy Moss, to a degree, he's more recognized for the Cowboys passing up on him than what he did for the Patriots as well as the Vikings or the Raiders to that degree. But I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Appreciate you. Good call, man.
Hey, no problem.
No doubt, man. Yeah, Big Nate, he could be on a major network, but he can.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he got some things on his resume that he can't go. But y'all get what I'm saying is the Cowboys the ultimate tool. Yeah. I was reading that Dak Prescott got his own liquor. And I was going to pull that up earlier because most players don't get their own liquor brand or deal until they retire. And I had to do my research on this, and I'm sitting here like, and then liquor is a big business in the industry to be in. And you get disappeared and missing, especially if you have your own liquor brand. These are the notable players that got liquor sponsored deals of their own, like their own individual brand. Shout out to Jesse Holly too. Yeah. Troy Aikman, Drew Brees, Charles Woodson, Peyton Manning, Marshawn Lynch, Terrell Owens, Ricky Williams, and now we have Dak Prescott. Aaron Rodgers is now just not working on a liquor brand. And all of these guys that I mentioned, outside of Aaron Rodgers, formulated their liquor brand once they retire. Dak Prescott got a liquor brand now, and he's still in the league. So, and if you really do your homework on that Puff Daddy thing, that Diddy thing, check out and read a little bit further of what really happened with that liquor stuff. So, I'm just saying, man, this is a real crazy thing. But most people, according to this research, don't get liquor brands until they retire. You know, Dak is a current player with one, so it's and that's money. We talking about the man got his own money type of deals, you know. And yeah. Shannon Sharp, I left his name off of that little Shay. And on top of that, I left out the other guy that's number 84, Jay Novacek. He got his own liquor brand as well. I think beer is like one of the softer ones that Troy Aikman pretty much got. Him and Drew Brees got the beer part of it. Yeah. So most of the guys outside of Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers, according to this list, are the only two current guys that's still in the league with liquor sponsors. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate y'all so much. I got to run. I want to say these type of things. If we left out any super chats, let me know. I think we got everyone here. Appreciate you guys. Sometime this week, hopefully when I get enough time, we would do the drawings for the helmet giveaway. I really appreciate y'all's support, and I thank y'all for y'all patience. I've been busy, been running thin over here with time, but I know that you guys understand, right? On the way out, be sure to hit that like, man. Shout out to you, Too Cool, for the $1.99. Tequila Luxury Liquor. Is that the name of his brand? I had it's Vault. It's start with a V. Start with a V. Appreciate you, Too Cool. I just read the super chat. Yeah. T-Jack says Aaron Rodgers also got his own DMT. Yeah. And I only use football players. Of course, that Mike Tyson liquor is very smooth. Yeah. But, you know, neither here nor there. Shoot. No Vic. Yeah, that's the name of the liquor. Voltio. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it right here. Yeah. That's let me see. Dak Prescott. Let me put yeah, that's his brand right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's the liquor brand. Let me see.
A tequila. Check this out. All right, we have Dak Prescott's Volteo Blanco tequila. Just a few points on here. It says there's no additives.
Let me see. Let me see what we got. Let me see how smooth it is.
This is usually right when you got tequila. I'm not getting tacky.
The Dak Prescott.
Ooh. That's pretty good. I got a little like vanilla or something floral in here. Hold on a second. Notes of vanilla, pine, herbal, floral, hints of citrus. Okay. Definitely got a hint of like some citrus of some sort.
Yeah.
How do we feel? Thumbs up? Thumbs middle?
Yeah, I to me, the next thing, we gotta make a cocktail with it.
All right.
Then we'll.
What do you got there?
You know who Dak Prescott is?
Yeah.
Quarterback, Dallas Cowboys.
Let's look at that thing again. Yeah. That more nice.
A tequila. Check this out.
All right, we have Dak Prescott's Volteo Blanco.
Volteo, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, let's go. Let's get on up out of here. That sound good. What you gonna mix it with? You know what I'm saying? Dak Julio. Y'all crazy. Yeah.
Give me my thing, you.
That's good stuff, man. Shoot. No doubt. But neither here nor there. May the good Creator continue to bless him. Straight, just drink it straight. Put a few cubes of ice in mine, though. yeah, we know that's pricey. Yeah. Cherry Coke. Don't put pick sixes in there. Don't put no pick sixes in there. yeah. But neither here nor there. It's all fun and games. Yeah. Cowboys Nation, if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because those raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I'll roll with brother, ride with brother. The morals of life: live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those men you should never call a friend, because they bend their lives around the truth until they reach or meet therein. Cowboy Nation, one love, DC for life. See y'all a little later on tonight. Let's get it. In the words of Prime Time, who will let you know it's about the money. Come on. It must be the money, baby. Come on. Let's get it. Let's go, baby. And roll. CR10, put it in the chat. Come on with it. Appreciate everybody. Lately I just wanna. Come on. I need them fives. Playing dominoes the other day. We counting fives over here. Come on with it. Yes, yeah. Somebody buy that Dak drink over here for me so I can review it. Yeah, Alan. Come on with it. That mug better taste good and smooth. Dak look like a smooth guy. CR10. Dak should have that looker at the Playmakers, 88. Go check out the Playmakers. Come on with it. Wait a minute, Superior King. Come on, man. He said that liquor probably have you losing everything. Or that liquor could have you to get $250 million. Come on. Hey, when we win this weekend, we're going to have to send some of them Eagles that liquor. Hey. He would say, yeah. Oh, snap! Did y'all check out that breaking news? Oh, my goodness, man.
We answered, I talked stuff, that's why we had it. But it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles?
Just one more time for me. Rush hour will deliver.
Let's go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Still Super Bowl chance for
Montisha.
Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS.
Hold on with you, man. That never get old. Let me know if they get old, man. Hey, old boy, like, hey, well, let's watch it one more time. He was like, yeah, let's go bird. what was this all about? You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's look at it one more time. Montisha, what? Right. Let's go, bird. She turned that man into a A. He turned that man into an alpha. He was like, I don't know, throw him the hooks or I'm a noob or what. I'm gonna go alpha. She done turned the brother into an alpha over there. Hey, five. Yeah. He was like, oh, let go. Let's go watch it one more time before I get up out of here. Shout out to all the alphas out there. Watch one more time.
We're looking great.
Go Birds. Hey, five. Yeah. He started strolling over there. Let's get on up out of here. Watch his eyes one more time. I promise you I'm going to stop picking on him. One more time. Watch it.
You liar!
You big dummy.
Please come home. I got beans and
Right, this motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
All I ask
In the heat of battle, he don't
is
miss.
when you lay your head
In
on
the
that
heat
pillow
of
at night.
controversy, he
So I
don't
gave you
miss.
everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Does it better?
They can come closer than close, yeah.